The Mobs of Mayhem update has already added two different types of mobs, being the Nautilus and the Zombie Nautilus, and today we're seeing two brand new types of mobs being added on top of that, being both desert related, because now inside of deserts, while at night, you're going to find two new types of hostile mobs. One being a brand new type of skeleton variant known as the Parched, which actually is the first skeleton which won't actually burn when during daytime. So yeah, in the case you want to deal with skeletons during the daytime, then I guess the Parched is the one for you. And in the case you do kill it or something like that, then you will get nothing in my case, but you will get a chance of getting some arrows, some bones, and things like that on top of some arrows of weakness. So in the case you want to get yourself maybe some like arrows of weakness in a way that doesn't require like brewing things with arrows or something like that, then that is totally 100% one way you could actually do it. And something else you could actually find inside here is actually the Camel Husk, which actually can have what's it called? A husk spawning on top of these guys. And yeah, of course, you could actually tame it yourself in the case you do decide to do that or something like that. But obviously, what do we have that's worthwhile when having this guy? Because is this guy really going to be just like another variant of the husk, or is it something else? Well, to answer that for you, as we can see, this guy is not too aggressive or anything like that towards me. So yeah, apart from it being just like another skin variant of the camel, there's nothing really too different from this one guy. And if you were to kill this one guy, as I shall do it right now, it will and can drop some rotten flesh. So yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary, nothing too spectacular or something like that. But something that is mildly spectacular is the fact that that lunging thing from last week, which was kind of very controversial, all things considered, that lunging thing actually has been mildly nerfed, I guess. Our nerf has been nerfed in some sense of the word, because now, as of this one snapshot, instead of you needing to lunge 7 times in order to run out of food, now, as of this one snapshot, you should be able to have to lunge way more times before you're going to have to start eating or something like that. So there's only really one way to find out with that, as we shall check out right now. But again, on top of that, we're going to need some food. Yeah, I'm not sure how many hunger shanks we have and how much saturation we have right now, but as we can see now, we have to do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that is it. So you can't do it anymore. Is that better than what it was before? Yes, technically, because you gradually had to use you could only do it 7 times as opposed to 11 now. But is this really going to be like the best way moving forward? I'm not 100% sure on that, but at least like the developers are in some way, shape, or fashion like listening to the community. I do think there is still like a little bit more they should do. Maybe nerf like the hunger needed just a little bit more. So instead of you only being able to do like 11, maybe you could do like 16 or 20 or something like that, which would be just a little bit better. But I think generally speaking, this is better. This is 100% better. Is it perfect? No. But I am seeing some progress going in the right direction. But I am just kind of curious to see like what type of mobs and how often are we actually going to see like the Husk and the Zombie Husk and the Parched and things like that. So let's give them a chance to actually spawn in themselves and actually see if we can actually have a chance of seeing them inside of the game. I'm not 100% certain, but there's only really there's only really one way to find out with that, and from the looks of things, there's not much of anything. There's really not much of anything. I'm really not seeing anything. But in the case you are lucky enough, you should eventually be able to see them spawn inside the world. I would imagine they spawn in similar rates to, say, like zombie horses or something like that. So, yeah, from the looks of things, you're not going to find them all the time. But when you do find them, they're, I guess, just another thing to place on your trophy case or your mob trophy case in the case you want to do that. But, yeah. Let me know what you think of this snapshot down below. Let me know what you think of the spirit changes down below. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Man, I am so glad no one noticed the fact that my voice is completely gone. I am so glad that went over everyone's head.